few days later, the scene shifts to Snakey trying to upgrade himself by leveling up. He looks all serious and dramatic, chanting, "Heaven and earth as the grand chessboard, with all souls as pieces under my command." As his body starts glowing and changing, he feels something different. Like this Foundation establishment, realm power isn't regular, it's something special he never experienced before. He senses his body growing stronger and notes how his wings slowly dissolve, as if merging into his heart. With everything set, he loudly declares, "Break into the 9th level of spirit awareness." A wave of powerful energy bursts out, and Snakey finally completes his transformation. His body shines brighter now, golden scales covering him even more than before. He looks down and notices all his old wounds are completely healed. He also sees that the number of golden scales has increased, and it becomes clear to him that his divine consciousness has improved as well. He accepts that this seclusion session really gave him some big gains. Then, he notices feathers and claws scattered on the ground, leftover parts from a Foundation establishment beast. He quickly understands that these materials can be used to create second-tier treasures. He keeps looking at them, already planning to use them on the puppets to boost their battle power later. After that, he shifts his focus to Milky and the Simp, realizing he's been in seclusion for a few days now and wonders how they've been doing. Just then, the ground suddenly shakes, and Snakey instinctively leaps into the air, caught off guard by the vibration. He feels a little spooked and wonders if a powerful demon nearby caused that sudden commotion near their hideout. Just as expected, a mongoose strolls outside the cave, sniffing the air and glancing around like he is trying to find something. Or maybe someone. Snakey peeks slightly out from underground and stares at the creature, only to realize it's another Foundation establishment demon, a mongoose known for suppressing serpents. Not a friendly visitor, basically. The mongoose lets out an annoyed sigh, wondering who lied and said snakes were chilling near this cave. He grumbles that there isn't even a whiff of snake scent, just some strange, funky smell in the air. Hearing that, Snakey keeps watching from underground and figures out that the old monkey must have lured the mongoose here. He lets out a quiet sigh of relief, realizing he had stayed careful and wiped out all traces of his scent earlier. Quickly, he returns to the hideout, thinking how the old monkey didn't even show up this time. It becomes clear that the monkey barely knows the mongoose. Snakey then realizes he needs to get rid of that monkey soon, knowing that if this continues, there's no telling what kind of demon beast might show up next at their doorstep. He decides to check on Simp and Milky. After walking over, he looks at the Simp and is shocked to see that his arm has grown back. Milky, standing nearby, nods and explains that her medical skills are brilliant, though it will still take around 10 more days for full recovery. Snakey admits it's already pretty fast. Just then, the Simp murmurs in a half-conscious voice that the dog meat he ate was delicious and really good for healing. Snakey freezes, staring at him in disbelief, wondering how this guy remembers the food but forgets the beating. He then adds that if Doggy had been around, he might have flipped hearing something like that from Simp's mouth. Just then, as if summoned by gossip, Doggy pops out from underground and laughs, saying he's back, and asks if they really didn't see that coming. Snakey and Milky stand frozen like statues, wondering if it's actually him or some shadow clone of Doggy. Snakey stares at him in surprise and says he thought Doggy had gone into seclusion and asks how it ended so quickly, but Doggy shakes his head and explains that he came back just to give Snakey something. Hearing this, Snakey looks confused and asks what it is. Doggy casually tosses a small bag towards Snakey and says he always keeps his promises. Snakey and Milky both glance at each other and then at the bag, clearly unsure what to make of it. Meanwhile, Doggy reveals that the bag contains puppets for Snakey and says he's sure they'll be worth it. Snakey thanks Doggy sincerely for such a gift. Doggy smiles and turns to leave, saying he'll take his leave if there's nothing else. But just then, Snakey extends his tail and stops him, asking him to wait for a moment. Doggy glances back and asks what's going on. Snakey explains that since Doggy has a sharp nose, maybe he can